This is a CNG News breaking news alert that James Comey has released his opening statement for his Thursday hearing today on Wednesday. If you go to different news places right now, they're going to give you different narratives. The Fox News narrative is that this proves everything they've been saying. The CNN and MSNBC narrative at this point is that this proves everything they've been saying. The facts that they've been pulling from it are substantial, considering that what it was said was that Comey had taken a memo about Trump asking him to lay back on the investigation into Russia, specifically on Mike Flynn. Said he was a good guy. That we cannot confirm anything. Let me just say this here. It's here at this YouTube news source. We can't confirm any of this. All we know is the statement was released, and that it has some implications for tomorrow's hearing. This is a surprising move to me for Comey, because I would think he would want to stay out of the public eye, considering that he's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble in the past for not doing so. And at this point, all I have is that he released this statement, and that there's both narratives being spun right now. All the pundits are losing their minds. All the reporters are doing their jobs. There's probably people reading this. Basically, man, I mean, it's like a bunch of pages he released that he's going to be speaking tomorrow. I guess to really get the real facts from it and what his implications are going to be, we'll have to wait till tomorrow to see. But that's what we got right now. I'm going to do some searching momentarily while I'm still going to talk. I'm talking to you right now, and I'm going to try and find these exact statements. Just go and search really. I will share the screen momentarily. We'll just share the whole thing. All right, let's move here. All right, and we're just gonna go to Google because it's gonna be a little bit faster. That's Google. All right, we go Google. All right, so we're going to search, and I'm just gonna move this mic momentarily, just for sake of this. So we're gonna go to James opening statement. Here we go. We got it right here. All right, we're gonna read into this for a little bit. I'm not gonna read it out loud unless I find things that are important. Statement for the record. Chairman Burr, Ranking Member Warren, members of the committee, thank you for inviting me to appear before you today. I was asked to testify to describe my interactions with President-elect Trump on subjects that I understand are of interest to you. I have not included every detail of my conversations with the President, but my best recollection, I have tried to include information that relevant to the committee. I first met with President-elect Trump Friday, January 6th in a conference room at Trump Tower in New York. I was there with other intelligence community leaders to brief him in his new security team on findings, IC assessment concerning Russia efforts to interfere in the election. At the conclusion of that briefing, I remained alone with the President-elect to brief him on some personally sensitive aspects of the information assembled during the assessment. The IC leadership thought it was important for a variety of reasons to alert the incoming president to the existence of this material, even though it was salacious and unverified. Among these reasons were: one, we knew the media would publicly report the material. We believe the intelligence community should not keep the knowledge of the material. And sorry about that. That's probably loud. That's the thing. The same thing happened on Fox News earlier. We knew the media would publicly report material, blah, blah, blah. To the extent there was some effort to compromise the incoming president, we could be blunt at any such effort with defensive briefing. The Director of National Intelligence had asked that I personally do this portion of the briefing because I was staying in my position, not because the material implicated the FBI's counterintelligence responsibilities. We agreed that I would do it alone, minimize potential embarrassment of the president-elect. Although we agreed it made sense for me to do the briefing, the FBI's leadership was concerned the briefing might create a situation for the president come into uncertain about whether the FBI was conducting counterintelligence investigations for his own conduct. It is important to understand the FBI counterintelligence investigations are different than more commonly known criminal investigative work. Bureau's goal. I'm just going to skim through the rest of this and see if I can find Okay, here's one thing. So he says that he had already decided that they were not investigating the president personally, and that he was going to tell him that. And okay, it looks like okay. So it looks like he told the president that he wasn't under investigation, but he was going to before he asked. President and I had dinner on Friday at the White House. Turned out to be just the two of us seated at a small oval table at the center of the green room. The president began asking me whether I wanted to stay on as FBI director, which I found strange. That's odd, because he had already told me twice earlier in conversations that he hoped I would stay, and I assured him that I intended to. He said that lots of people wanted my job, and given the abuse I had taken during the previous year, would understand if I wanted to walk away. Okay, so he was already discussing potentially firing the guy or having him resign. And here's one of the big things. This is something that was said that he said that couldn't be confirmed before, which is that I need loyalty, I expect loyalty. And I will put the link to this article in the description that's popping up. So you can look at this yourself and draw your own conclusions. What's honest loyalty? And here's the meeting. Okay. Telling me that he wanted me to speak to me alone. I stayed in my chair. As the president started to leave the Oval Office, the Attorney General lingered by my chair, but the president thanked him and said he wanted to only speak with me. The last person to leave was Jared Kushner, who also stood by my chair and exchanged pleasantries with me. The president excused him, saying he wanted to speak with me. When the grandfather clock closed and we were alone, the president began by saying, I want to talk about Mike Flynn. Here's the stuff I was worried about. All right. The president began saying Flynn had done anything wrong in speaking with the Russians, but he had to let him go because he misled the vice president. He had other concerns about Flynn, which he did not then specify. The president then made a long series of comments about the problem with leaks of classified information. I can sure I just shared with him. He's a good guy and has been through a lot. I hope you can see your way clear to letting this go, letting Flynn go. He's a good guy. I hope you can let this go. This right here is the big thing. Is that he said you should just let it go, and it's even said in the statement here that his intention was to never to let it go. I'm going to let you draw your own conclusions on this. Well, so that being said, like I said, I'm going to leave the link in the description. If you're live in the chat, go ahead and comment. I'm going to go to this video really quickly. Like, if I can find it, that is. Here we go. You're going to hear the me in the background for a moment. Excuse me. Here we go. I got that paused. If you're here in the chat live, make sure you say something. I'll be checking it every so often. Look, I mean, this is what this is. In my opinion, I don't know if this is damning. Damning requires a lot of evidence. But for right now, I think this shows that James Comey isn't going to be pulling any punches at this hearing. I think he's going to throw everything he's got at the president. Whether that's good or bad, we will have to see. But for now, I've been Garrett Wells. These are your CNG breaking news alerts. Stay tuned for these in the future, and we'll be talking about the hearing at length tomorrow on another episode of the We the Sheeple podcast. So make sure you tune in for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. But the world is shaking up yet again.